So Moonbot asking, what are you looking for in this game? What, who sparks your interest, or what positions, or what are you looking for?
Well, yeah, Moonbot. Right off, I already said. I think the number one thing I want to see is number 99 get out of Saturday's game unscathed and walking off at the end of the game happy. That's my number one thing. Um, and that's Ty Robinson for people that don't know the numbers on the roster. But after that, obviously, I mean, the easy thing is to say quarterbacks, but I'm not going to say that because I've already seen a lot of film on Casey Thompson, and I know what he's capable of. That running back room, and I know Moonbot just drools over that running back room and Jacquez Yant. But that's going to be something really, really cool to kind of see who gets the start and who's getting the most snaps or the majority of the snaps and how they rotate guys. And then obviously to that wide receiver room and to see a lot of that new talent that they've brought in. So those are two of the things that I'm really looking forward to seeing. I think with a whole new offensive scheme put in, a whole new system. Well, it's kind of a mixture of systems with Mark Whipple and Scott Frost, but I want to see how guys are putting all the knowledge that they've been taking in, and it's not even close to being done. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot left to install, and they're spring practice really, quite frankly, it's not long enough. But that's above our pay grade. But they're still they've installed what they can, and they'll keep working on things. So that whole offensive scheme and how it's working out is what I'm really looking to see. And the offensive line under Donovan Raiola, I'm hearing great things about the enthusiasm and what Donovan Raiola brings to a squad that quite frankly has been looked down upon the last couple of years. And offensive line coach Greg Austin paid the price for that and was let go. And everything I've heard coming in with Donovan Raiola is that it's a different looking offensive line, and there's a lot of talent there too. So that's going to be something interesting to see. And then obviously on the defense, you've got a lot of new faces in the defensive backfield. And you're going to kind of watch what they're going to weed out and see who takes over. Pretty much 4 new spots in the defensive backfield. So that's going to be interesting. And then the defensive line, like we've talked about, is you're going to see a lot of guys that haven't had a lot of playing time, a lot of snaps, get their chance here on Saturday. And God, I just the way I talk about this is like it's going to be a regular football game, and I really hope that it is something that looks like a real football game, but I really don't know what we're really going to witness, and if it's going to actually look like real football or not, or if it's just going to be like a practice. I'm really not sure. But I'm just looking forward to seeing actually seeing what these new guys look like in full pads, because I still haven't had a chance to see that.
Well, what Michigan showed us last Saturday was they played about as legitimate a spring game as you're going to see these days.
Yeah.
Even the quarterbacks were live, except for Cade McNamara, who only played a few series, and then they let the other quarterbacks be live. So legitimate sacks, pressure on the quarterback. So they kind of got after it a little bit.
I mean, and that's what you want. You want to see, especially if you haven't seen anything all spring, but you want to see what they look like when they can tackle and bring guys down to the ground. Last year's Nebraska spring game, it was a touch football game until the second half, and it wasn't even any of the good on good doing that. So, it's a mystery right now, and obviously, like you said, Michigan, I thought they put on a pretty good show, and then you had Colin Kaepernick come in there and put on a show at halftime. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, I give kudos to Michigan for what they did, even if nobody was there in the stadium to watch. But
A number of people have commented, and you already have, Greg, about this team being beat up right now, and Scott Frost just wanting to complete practice and sure play a spring game and get in another evaluation, but let's keep everybody healthy.